What is up, guys? Welcome back. Today, we are breaking down exactly how to set up an LLC in Arizona. Basically, there are two ways to handle this, and I'm gonna cover both of them right now. First, I'll show you how to do it all yourself. I'll walk you through the entire process step by step so you know exactly what forms to file without getting lost. The second way is to let a professional service handle the heavy lifting for you, which makes the whole experience a lot smoother and stress-free. So if you're ready to get your business official, sit back, hang out, you're in the right place. Now, a limited liability company, or LLC for short, is a type of business structure that combines the flexibility and simplicity of a partnership with the liability protection of a corporation. See, by forming an LLC, you establish a separate legal entity for your business, separating your personal assets from your company's liabilities. In other words, if your LLC has any legal problems or even gets into debt, your personal assets probably can't be touched to pay those bills. Also, LLCs give their owners flexibility in management, taxation options, and the ability to bring in multiple owners, known as members, who can share in the company's profits and losses. The flexibility and the liability protection make the LLC the popular choice for a lot of entrepreneurs who are starting a new or existing venture. Now, you can set up an LLC two different ways, like I already mentioned earlier. First up, I'm gonna teach you how to do it all yourself. Now, I also wanna add, in many states, LLCs are formed at the state level. Arizona is as well. They're registered through the Arizona Corporations Commission, or ACC. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started on what starting an LLC looks like in Arizona. So your first step, choosing a name. You got to choose a name for your LLC. When you're coming up with ideas, you can use the ACC website and see what names have already been taken. There are very few guidelines Arizona has when it comes to naming your LLC. In fact, only two. One, the name can't already be taken. And two, the name must include some variation of the words limited liability company. It can be abbreviated, spelled out, or a mix of both.
Once you decide on a name, you have the option to reserve it. The reservation costs $10 by mail or $45 online, and it is handled by the ACC. This holds your business name for 120 days, so make sure you're ready to launch your LLC within that window.
Now, next, your business needs a registered agent. Their job is to get and process important legal documents for the business. In Arizona, the registered agent must have a physical address in Arizona and formally accept the position in writing. They can totally be just an individual living in Arizona, or you can use a registered agent service. Now, next we need to file articles of organization with the ACC. This is basically your application to be an LLC. On that form, we'll select whether our application is a regular or professional LLC.
Then the rest of the document includes your business name and address and who your registered agent is.
And along with listing who they are, you will also need to include a registered agent acceptance form, and it's got to be signed by whoever that person is. This application can be completed online or by mail through the ACC. Either way, the filing fee is $50. Now, unlike many other states, Arizona doesn't actually have annual renewal fees or annual filing requirements. But in its place, they have what's known as a publication requirement. Arizona law requests newly formed LLCs to announce their new business in a newspaper in the same county as a registered agent within 60 days of your LLC's approval. The ad has to be put in one newspaper for 3 consecutive runs, generally 1 to 2 weeks. Cost will depend on the paper, but typically prices range from $60 to $120. Now, there is a little exception to this rule. If the address for your registered agent is in Maricopa County or Pima County, you don't have to run any newspaper ads. This is because the ACC publishes the formation of LLCs at no cost to the business owners in their public notice database. Now, the next step is creating an operating agreement for your LLC. The operating agreement outlines the organizational structure, along with daily duties and general rules of your LLC. This just lets LLC members know what their roles and responsibilities are, along with how ownership is split, how profit and losses should be divided between owners, and what any kind of amendment process would look like. While operating agreements aren't officially required in Arizona, it's really important, you gotta have one. An operating agreement helps prevent, let's say, misunderstandings, and sets the tone of how the business should run. If your business does have one, once it's signed, it becomes a legally binding contract between all members of the LLC. The next step is getting your employer identification number, or EIN, for your LLC. Think of this as a social security number for your business. It's important if you plan to open a business bank account, apply for a business loan, hire employees, even pay business income taxes. Getting an EIN is free. It can be done online or by mail directly through the IRS. Finally, you need to prepare your business to pay the necessary taxes. In Arizona, an LLC pays taxes at the federal, state, and local level. Taxes, aka profit and losses, are paid through the member's personal tax return. Now, let's talk about the easier and a lot less stressful way to get all this done. Now, I do not have the time or the patience to do all of this myself, and honestly, I will absolutely mess something up, and that is why I went with ZenBusiness to set up my LLC. In my opinion, it's a great option, especially if it's your first time starting a business, since they make it all super easy to do. Now, of course, there are other great options. I've tried LegalZoom, Taylor Brands, Swift Filings, all as well. And if you're curious how those compare, I'll actually link my full reviews in the description below, along with ZenBusiness's affiliate link. So you can explore ZenBusiness further and follow our Arizona LLC setup if you're interested. All right, so if you haven't heard of ZenBusiness, it's a popular information service that helps you handle the legal and compliance side of starting a business. They simplify the process of starting and managing a business, particularly for those who are new to entrepreneurship. It stands out for its user-friendly platform, great pricing, and a range of services designed to help take the complexity out of starting and running your business. Now let's check out how you'd actually apply for an LLC using ZenBusiness. The first step is to click the Start an LLC button on its website.
From there, select Arizona from the drop-down menu, then type in the name you've picked for your LLC.
Now, next up, you'll answer some basic questions about your business, and the system will suggest any extras you might need based on your situation, something like a registered agent. Then you just pick the ZenBusiness plan that works for you. It starts with a free starter plan where you only need to pay the state filing fee, which makes it a budget-friendly choice for new entrepreneurs. That tier covers essential LLC filing with a 100% accuracy guarantee and even includes optional first-year compliance monitoring at no extra charge. Then from there, the Pro plan costs around $200 a year plus the state fees. It adds rush filing, so your application can be processed in just one business day.
On top of that, you get an AI website builder, a custom domain, a business email address, and access to a whole library of document templates, which includes the essential operating agreement to outline your business's rules. Now, the premium plan is about $350 a year plus the state fees, and that includes everything in the Pro plan, but adds 3 major upgrades. First, you get their registered agent service, which acts as your official point of contact with the state to handle legal documents and keep your business compliant. Second, you have the one-on-one consultation to ensure you have the services you need to confidently start and grow your business. And third, they include Money Pro, which manages your finances, invoicing, payments, and taxes all in one place.
So whether you're just getting started or you're looking for a more streamlined way to handle paperwork, ZenBusiness gives you a few solid options to choose from. And basically that's it. It really is that easy. You can try setting up your LLC in Arizona yourself or let a business formation service handle the process for you. Honestly, it just depends on what's the easiest solution for you. If you're short on time and you don't want to deal with all the research and all the stress and don't want to get anything wrong, ZenBusiness is a solid option. They guide you through the process, handle the filings, even include helpful extras like compliance reminders and an operating agreement depending on your plan. But if you don't mind doing a bit of homework and you want to save some money, you can just do it all yourself. Either way, you got options and it's not as scary or difficult as it sounds. All right, so that wraps up this video. If it was helpful, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this. If you are thinking of trying ZenBusiness, there's a link in the description below that'll take you straight to their site. And sometimes we have some special deals in those links. So check it out and see if they're still available. Also, if you're interested in working with us or sponsoring a future video, you can reach out using the email in the description below. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. I'll do my best to reply as soon as I can. Finally, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.